false narratives and doctored claims to mislead the public.
That's the latest feature story news. Ross Cullen reporting from Brussels.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Wednesday, the 18th day of March for 2026, on the eve of the start of the NCAA Men's College Basketball Tournament. Naturally, a lot to talk about here today. The Nebraska women getting ready to play in the first four of the NCAA Women's Tournament tonight. They're going to be in Durham, North Carolina to take on the Richmond Spiders. Talk about that contest coming up. Get some comments from Husker head coach Amy Williams on the show today. Of course, the Nebraska men will play Troy tomorrow in the first round of the NCAA tournament down in Oklahoma City. The Nebraska baseball team was in action last night in Wichita. They beat the Shockers by the score of 8-1 in a good outing for the Huskers. Nebraska is now 15-5 in the season. Same two teams going to be playing this afternoon at 2. Nebraska Athletics announced yesterday that it will donate all ticket proceeds from Nebraska's spring football game to aid Nebraska wildlife relief efforts. We'll talk about that coming up on the show today. Hastings College baseball team, they're going to be on the diamond this afternoon as they take on Central Christian of Kansas in a game you'll be able to hear this afternoon here on Extreme Sports beginning at 1:45 today. Hastings College women's basketball team putting their finishing touches on preparations for tomorrow's game against St. Francis of Indiana in the NAIA National Women's Basketball Tournament up in Sioux City. The winningest girls basketball coach in Nebraska history is calling it quits for a second time. And we had the play-in games last night of the NCAA basketball tournament. We'll check out the results and talk about your bracket coming up on the show here today. So all that and more is coming up. Tim Stroman, the Adams Central baseball coach, is expected to join us at 7:30 this morning. The start of the high school baseball season is this week, as Adams Central and Hastings High both opening up their seasons with tough games this week. So we'll talk a little high school baseball coming up. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning as we head over to the Western Studios. What's going on, my man?
Yeah, speaking of baseball, with Adams Central Baseball coming up here at 7:30. We should probably start off with the World Baseball Classic in USA, taking the runner-up position, bridesmaid, in a loss to Venezuela last night, heartbreaker. I think that I can be honest and say this and not be on an island. Mark DeRosa is probably cleaning out his office today as the manager of USA Baseball. Merely a mismanaged tournament from the start. I don't know. He didn't realize the elimination rules prior to getting into the Final Four, getting into pool play. I'm not sure if he thought Venezuela was a best-of-3 series, the way he managed that game yesterday, and throwing out a starting pitcher, relatively an unknown, coming in from the New York Mets, and not like he got rocked or anything, but the offense certainly wasn't there, and there was some questionable lineup choices again. Alex Bregman, who had not had a good tournament, and Gunnar Henderson sitting on the bench, who had a great tournament over at the third base bag. Probably could have used his bat in that lineup. You turn into a 17-year-old rookie, Roman Anthony, in a big spot with multiple bats that are sitting on the bench that could have come up in that clutch situation. I just don't think it was well managed from any point in the World Baseball Classic. And you take a look at the Tarek Skubal situation. We had him for one start. They threw him against Great Britain for no reason whatsoever. Just burned his innings and burned his use for Team USA. Team, if you're on Team DeRosa this morning, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of good words for you. He's gonna be shit canned by the end of the day.
Venezuela scoring a run in the ninth inning to beat the United States 3-2 in the championship game last night. United States has now finished as runner-ups in the last two tournaments in 2023 and in 2026 after winning the World Baseball Classic in 2017. So Venezuela beats the United States in the championship game of the World Baseball Classic last night, 3-2 down in Miami. Couple of NFL signings we want to talk about here this morning. The Denver Broncos have finally made a move in free agency as they are going to bring in Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins. Broncos will receive Waddle as well as the Dolphins' fourth-round pick, number 111th overall in the upcoming draft. The Broncos are going to be sending their first-round pick, which was number 30, as well as a third and fourth-round pick to Miami. That's the 94th and 130th selection. So Waddle is coming from Miami to Denver, and Miami's sending Denver's sending a bunch of draft picks to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for a Waddle. He had 64 catches, 910 yards, 6 touchdowns last season for the Fish. So Denver finally makes a move. They've been kind of quiet. I think they were the only team that had not signed anybody in free agency up until yesterday when they go out and get Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins. He's now a member of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, it feels like Buffalo's the only team that hasn't really made a move. We haven't certainly made a splash move like grabbing a Pro Bowl wide receiver in Jalen Waddle. What it speaks to me more of is I think Denver's looking over at what Kansas City's doing. Denver's looking at what Vegas is going to try to start building. Denver's looking at what the Chargers already have. AFC West is putting together a little arms race here in the offseason. This could be the most competitive division, I think, in 2027.
2026.
The 26-27 season.
The Philadelphia Eagles and receiver Hollywood Brown, they've agreed to terms on a one-year deal, reportedly worth $6.5 million. Last year, of course, Hollywood was with the Chiefs, 49 catches for 587 yards, 5 scores for KC. So Hollywood Brown taking his antics to Philadelphia again. The Chiefs are losing Hollywood Brown, shipping him to the Philadelphia Eagles. So
long.
Yeah, so long. Have a good time in Philly. Cam Taylor-Britt,
He's a Husker.
former Husker. He's been playing at Cincinnati. He signed yesterday with the Colts, one-year deal. In his 4 years with the Bengals, he started 40 of his 47 appearances and tallied 7 interceptions for 38 total pass deflections. So Cam Taylor-Britt moving from Cincinnati to Indianapolis. So those were a couple of NFL moves we had on the docket yesterday. Some racing news today. Hendrick Motorsports driver Alex Bowman. This is just for your thing again in our NASCAR league. Don't start him.
He's very good.
Don't start him. Alex Bowman, he's not going to race this week. In fact, he's going to miss at least the next 3 NASCAR Cup races as he recovers from that vertigo issue. He had to exit his car back on March the 1st in a race at the Circuit of Americas because he was not feeling well. He was replaced mid-race and diagnosed with vertigo and has missed races at both Phoenix and Las Vegas. Matt Snyder drove the number 48 Chevrolet at the Circuit of Americas to finish off that race. Anthony Alfredo drove the car at Phoenix, and Justin Allgaier drove Sunday in Las Vegas. And now Allgaier will fill in for Bowman again starting this weekend at Darlington, and then at Martinsville and Bristol Motor Speedway. So the people that are involved in the fantasy racing leagues, don't start Alex Bowman for the next 3 weeks, he's not going to be driving because of some vertigo issues. So those are our news and notes as we get up and get rolling here today. 7:10 as you wake up with Mike and Tyson this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, you can always chime in with us anytime on our Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. In fact, we got some coming in concerning the World Baseball Championship game last night.
Yeah, Ryan Martin saying what a finish in the WBC. Happy for the Royals, Salvi and Garcia representing Team Venezuela. Of course, had some Chicago Cub flavor there. Chiefs pretty happy with what he's seen from Daniel Palencia, and rightfully so. A great outing for Venezuela as their closer. Hopefully he will continue to be a great closer for the Cubs this year. That says the Chief, not from me, the Cardinal fan in the group. He's special, dude. He came on late last year. I actually added him as my fantasy closer when mine was going through some injury struggles, and Palencia was an absolute stud. So all indications are that he'll have another successful year. If Chicago's in tight games, you like him coming in those late situations. And yeah, Mikhail Garcia and Salvi for Venezuela doing some damage. So listen, they were loaded. It wasn't like it was as if we got upset by a team that doesn't have any baseball culture. You look up and down that lineup, and they were equally as talented as the United States. But I just can't help but sit here and scratch my head today, because that USA lineup, that's the best we've ever assembled, period. With multiple plug-and-play pieces that we could have used. He was treating it more like a 9U City League game where everybody gets a chance to play, and hell, let's have Johnny come out and pitch. No, Johnny shouldn't come out and pitch. Johnny should stay in the bullpen and continue to eat sunflower seeds and blow bubbles. We don't need him in that scenario. Garrett Whitlock instead of Mason Miller in a late game scenario. What are you doing? Serious question marks for Mark DeRosa.
God, get your resume ready. You're going to manage the damn team. Get your resume ready.
I probably could have put us in a scenario to win gold.
Jeez.
I'm not joking with you. That was horrible. And anybody that's a fan of USA Baseball that knows how deep that lineup was and some of the players that we could have put in those scenarios and situations is saying the same thing today. Mark DeRosa's done, dude.
Well, this thing doesn't come along every single year, does it?
4 years.
Yeah. So
but your first order of business at Team USA Baseball today is having that conversation with, that was the best team you've ever had, and you still couldn't win gold. You had a major flub that almost cost us the spot in the Final Four. Just not a good showing. Not a good showing.
NCAA basketball tournament is underway. We had those play-in games last night.
Two of them.
Two more is going to be played tonight. Texas beat North Carolina State 68-66. Howard defeated the University of Maryland Baltimore County 86-83. Tonight, SMU will play Miami of Ohio, and Lehigh will play Prairie View. So those are the play-in games, and then the NCAA basketball tournament gets started tomorrow. We'll get to see Miami of Ohio tonight, a team that you have been critical of the past couple of weeks.
Sure.
They finally lost a game in their conference tournament. They're 31-1 in the season. You didn't even want them in the tournament.
Nope.
You didn't want them in the tournament. Now they're going to play in one of those play-in games tonight against SMU. We'll see what they can do against maybe their strongest
without a
opponent
doubt
of the season.
Mike, this is the first time they've played a team in the Power Four. all year. And like I said, they didn't even schedule weak-ass Power 4 schools. They didn't go even look at like a Mississippi State or a Wake Forest in the ACC or a Penn State in the Big Ten. They just avoided the whole Power 4 entirely. So yeah, this is their first go around with a Power 4 school. It represents their toughest opponent to date, and represents a game that I feel on paper they'll probably lose, but because I've dogged them all season, they'll win just to spite me, like Texas did last night. They'll win just to spite me and be in the field of 64.
So those are the play-in games. They don't count toward our bracket and a lot of other brackets that you might have entered. They just rule out the play-in games. Will start officially tomorrow, and that reminds me the $10,000 Extreme Sports bracket is ready for you. Just go to our website at x-streamsports.com. You'll see it right there on the front page. You can just click on the link, get signed up, make your picks. They got to be into us hopefully by today. We'll get started tomorrow with the bracket challenge. We're giving away $10,000. Yeah, we're giving away $10,000 if anybody can hit 60 or more of the NCAA tournament games.
Does that include staff?
Yeah, you don't have to have a perfect bracket.
It's our imperfect bracket challenge.
Yeah, you don't
the
have
experts
to have
on nothing challenge.
Yeah, and how ironic that we debut something like that. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be good. You just have to hit 60.
That's right.
So
you just have to kind of be in the ballpark.
Yeah, kind of be in the ballpark. Hell, you don't even have to pick a national champion. Yeah, you don't have to even pick a national champion for our bracket challenge to win. Just pick 60 games correctly. How tough is it? How tough is it? You don't even have to pick a national champion.
I'll be done by 5 p.m. on Thursday.
You could be.
I'll be eliminated from the $10,000 discussion by 5 p.m. on Thursday. Mark my words. I will have lost 3 games by then.
Yeah, all you got to do is hit 60 out of
because
63 year.
As easy as it sounds to hit 60, trust me, I had page 3 last year. It's just as easy to get 60 wrong.
Yeah, if you don't win the $10,000, we still have some great prizes for first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
We got some cash prizes. We've got a 5-piece cooler set we're going to be giving away to get you ready for summer. We've got gift certificates to Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill, also beer. To Miscues, and also to District 14 beer and pizza out west of town. We've got some bottles of Moletta Vista wine that we're going to be giving away. We got a Titan collapsible wheeled cooler that we're going to be giving away. We've got 4 tickets, clubhouse tickets to Fauner Park in Grand Island, courtesy of the folks up at Crane Gardens up in Grand Island. They've donated some clubhouse tickets for us for Saturday, April 18th. Mm-hmm. All the Saturday clubhouse seats have been sold for the year, but here's a chance for you to snag 4 tickets to the April 18th racing meet at Grand Island. That's part of our prize giveaway, too.
How about that, by the way? We haven't touched really on that note yet for Fauner Park. And you just talk about the growth of horse racing and what the expansion of expanded gambling has done for the horse park. And here's a park that was struggling, and we'll call a spade a spade. We're not going to sugarcoat it. It was on life support. Fauner Park was before the casino, and now 4 years removed from that vote. Look at it. There's not a single clubhouse ticket available for the season because they've all been bought up.
I've got 4 of them I'm going to give away.
I know.
For April 18th. That's part of our prize package for first. Anyway, we've put our prize packages out on the social media sites, but again, it's It's a mixture of some coolers and some wine and the tickets. We've got cash that everybody likes, so we put that out on the social media site. So in addition to the $10,000 that we're giving away, if you can hit 60 or more games in the NCAA tournament, we've got some cash and merch for guys and gals to finish first, second, third, and fourth.
So freaking Lexi's going to be at the top of the page again. We know that.
I see she's entered.
She's already entered.
She's already entered.
She's probably the top contender for that $10,000 prize.
Yeah, Lexi would have a chance to maybe win that thing.
Shit, she almost damn near won Survivor too. Yeah. So just a request. I'm sure the IT guy is monitoring our discussion today. We got the graphic. We got all the prizes and stuff. I've had a request from the younger Gen Zers out there that want to get in on the competition. They need a linker, so we could post the graphic and a link on our next post about the bracket challenge, just to get them from. They hate having to type it all out. You know, God, if you can't do it in 6 seconds, you can't do anything. That's just a request. I'm just throwing it out there.
Throw a
control
link.
over. Just put the link in so that they can just click it and sign up. Takes it right there. We have a...
Can't type in x-streamsports.com?
We'd get more people if we had a linker.
All right.
This is the way of the generation, man.
He'll probably put it up on the social media sites today, a link
Appreciate
to
it.
our bracket challenge for those that cannot sit down at the keyboard and type x-streamsports.com.
Some people are on their phones.
They could do it one-handed. So now we're wanting a link to our bracket challenge.
Let's just make it accessible.
Okay. He'll probably get her done.
Thank you.
But anyway, you got to have them in by the start of the tournament. He'd like to have them in today. So if you don't have anything going today, sit down and get your bracket filled out.
I'm not going to wait for the Miami, Ohio game.
That's tonight.
I got it. So I'm going to get it in tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Why do you need Miami of Ohio? You're not going to take Miami of Ohio.
I want the field of 64 in front of me to look at when I'm putting my bracket together.
You're not going to take Texas beyond tomorrow. You're not going to take Texas because you don't like them. You're not going to take Miami of Ohio if they win tonight. You're not going to take them in the next round anyway, so you might as well just take who in the hell they're playing because you're not. Why do you have to wait until those games? Because you're not going to take those teams anyway.
I might pull a 180 on y'all.
No, you won't.
I'm gonna get a good. I have called Miami, Ohio frauds all year long, and here's the thing.
I hope they roll tonight.
All I've done is watch their box scores. I actually haven't put eyeballs on them to know if they're worthy. I've just looked at box scores and their opponents that they've played and realized that they haven't played anybody. And so without even putting eyeballs on this team, I have just sat here from my couch and been critical. Time to put eyeballs on the Red Hawks tonight. And we'll see. We'll see.
I hope they roll.
Maybe I put them in my bracket.
Yeah,
maybe I put them in Chiefs Challenge.
Yeah, that's coming up tomorrow, by the way. We're going to have a special edition of Blazing 5 for basketball. It's the Chiefs Challenge. He has challenged Tyson and I to come up with 5 upsets. 5 upsets in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. We will reveal those 5 upsets tomorrow at 7:30. It's part of our Blazing 5 Chief Challenge for the NCAA basketball tournament. 5 upsets in the first round of the tournament.
And we invite you to play along. You can drop your upsets in tomorrow morning while we're doing our segment and play along on the Chiefs Challenge. 5 upsets
and we're
in this first round.
We're basing an upset as the lower-seeded team.
Yeah. You want to pick 4 9s to have the best quote-unquote odds? If you want to pick 4... 8? If you want to pick 4 9s over an 8 and then 110 over a 7 because you want to play it safe, you can play it safe. You want to be a little bit more bold with some of your predictions? You want to take a Miami, Ohio? You want to go horns down? You can do that. I think you'll be shocked tomorrow on the show. I can almost guarantee it.
of your 5 selections?
Of my 5 selections.
Have you got them done already?
I have a really, really, really good idea, but I'm going to look at one more game tonight.
1 versus 16 games tomorrow and the next day. In the opening round, Duke against Siena. That's in the East.
Oh, don't be putting that juju on me.
Florida and Prairie View. Well, that ain't right. Florida taking on the winner of tonight's game between Prairie View and Lehigh.
So they got to turn around and play Thursday?
No, they play Friday.
Okay.
Arizona and Long Island in the opening round. That's a 1 versus 16 seed.
The Sharks.
And then Michigan against, let's see, who won last night?
Howard.
Howard. Michigan's going to play Howard.
That'll be a thriller.
Now, 1 versus 16. We had a long time where that it's never happened that a 16 is beaten a 1. Did it happen here recently?
It was pre-COVID, and interestingly enough, it was the University of Maryland Baltimore College team that had lost last night.
Yeah.
They knocked off Virginia that year that Virginia was supposed to be God's gift to basketball, and they were the number 1 overall seed, and they stubbed their toe against University of Maryland Baltimore College. So they were a 16 that won.
It doesn't happen often that a 16 beats a 1, but it has happened here since COVID.
It's pretty much like the odds of a meteorite crashing in Northwest Ohio.
Yeah, so you can start your bracket today, start filling it out, just take the number 1 seed. Advance them through.
Safe. That's safe, at least for one round.
Shane says the deadline for the brackets is 6 a.m. Thursday.
Pop that baby to 10 a.m.
Can't. We got to get some paperwork in. 6 a.m. Thursday. Why do you have to wait till 10 a.m.? Quit being a procrastinator.
Not a procrastinator. I'm filling out my bracket with accurate and final information.
Why be a
Pop that baby to 10.
All right, 7:26. Waking up with Mike and Tyson. We're going to be talking with Tim Stroman, the head baseball coach for Adams Central, here on the other side of our news break. Waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
How have we gone through 27 minutes already? I feel like I just sat down. News break. We start with election news today. As Nebraska Secretary of State Bob Evnen has removed Democrat U.S. Senate candidate Cindy Burbank from the primary election ballot. Evnen has determined that Burbank intended to support independent candidate Dan Osborne in the general election, which he said violates state election rules. Burbank is now challenging that decision in court, arguing that state law does not prohibit her actions and that her removal infringes upon her rights. The case adds yet another layer of controversy to this already unusual 2026 Senate race, as state Democratic officials have said Burbank's candidacy was an answer to what they believe was a GOP-planted candidate in the Democratic race to help Ricketts win, with Democrat William Forbes, an anti-abortion pastor whom Burbank said would be loyal to Ricketts in the general election. The circus continues. Some common sense did prevail at the Capitol yesterday as Nebraska lawmakers rejected a proposal that would have given state officials, including our governor, a pay raise of roughly 13 to 29%. The measure fell short of the votes needed to advance, with several senators citing the state's ongoing budget shortfall as a key concern. Nebraska currently navigating a budget deficit of $646 million, but let's go ahead and give our bosses a pay raise. The proposal marked the first potential salary adjustment for constitutional officers in about 2 decades. Finally, the first concert announcement was made yesterday by the Nebraska State Fair. Christian artists Phil Wickham and Jamie McDonald will perform on Sunday, August 30th at the Heartland Event Center. Concert part of the Nebraska Lottery Concert Series. Entire lineup will be unveiled in a series of announcements via social media up until April 14th. It is coming up on 7:30. Let's head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, the Nebraska women's basketball team will play Richmond tonight in the first four of the NCAA tournament in Durham, North Carolina. Huskers are 18-12 in the season. The Spiders are 26-7. Richmond is led by senior forward Maddie Dugan, who is averaging 21 points and 7.8 rebounds per game. Tip-off will be at 6 tonight on ESPN2. The Nebraska men's basketball team will play Troy tomorrow in the first round of the NCAA tournament in Oklahoma City. Tip-off will be at 11:40 on True TV. The Nebraska baseball team beat Wichita State 8-1 last night in Wichita. Jeter Worthy led the Huskers at the plate, 3 for 4. 3 runs scored. Cooper Kasky improved to 3-0 in the season, allowing a run on 4 hits with 4 strikeouts in 5 innings. Nebraska now 15-5 in the season. Same 2 teams will play at 2 this afternoon. And Nebraska Athletics announced yesterday that it will donate all ticket proceeds from Nebraska's spring football game to aid Nebraska wildlife relief efforts. 4 major wildfires have burned nearly 750,000 acres of land in central and western Nebraska. The spring football game is set for Saturday, March 28th at Memorial Stadium. Kickoff will be at 11. That's a check on your sports headlines this morning at 7:31 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Warmer conditions begin today as we warm all the way into the upper 70s with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine will continue all the way through the week. Today, not much wind, westerly winds 10 to 15 with gusts of 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, mostly clear, a low of 43, 80, and sunny on Thursday, 47 Thursday night, and Friday, a high of 83. Heading into the weekend, we'll have upper 80s, almost 90 degrees, but then a cold front will knock us back on Sunday.
As you wake up, get going this morning. Northwest winds at 8. It's partly cloudy, 42 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give me a call at 308-991-5429.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
All right, Mike Willis-Heinzen and Veronica with you. Let's huddle up on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. We've got some college baseball coming your way this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Hastings playing a midweek game, non-conference game with Central Christian out of Kansas. The first pitch will be at 2 this afternoon on the air with a pregame show at 1:45 today. here on Extreme Sports. Coming up later on this week, we have got high school baseball. Both Hastings High and Adams Central opening up their seasons this week with tough games. Hastings High will play on Thursday at Norris. Adams Central opening up the season on a Friday at Wayne. And we are pleased to welcome into the show here this morning Tim Stroman, the head baseball coach for Adams Central. Good morning, Timothy.
Yo, Timmy.
What happened to Tim?
I don't know.
He was
Where'd he
online.
Go? Did he put us on mute?
Timothy is not there.
No. He hung up.
Did he hang up?
He'll try again. Hopefully.
All right, he's calling back.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's calling back.
Okay.
We'll get him on the horn. We wanted to talk some Adams Central baseball this morning. Good morning, Timothy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What do we got going here? What do we got going?
Technical difficulties.
We can't get Timothy on.
Huh.
Huh.
All right. Well, T-Guy could navigate that for us. That would be awesome.
Well, you work on that, will you?
All the buttons are pressed, so...
You work on that.
All righty.
You work on that. Let me talk about... I'll talk about Nebraska
do that.
women's basketball.
Do that.
Yeah, Stroman says he's talking, but we can't hear him.
I got nothing.
All right, you work on that.
Amy Williams.
We'll talk with Amy Williams as the Huskers get ready to play the Richmond Spiders tonight in the NCAA basketball tournament in Durham, North Carolina. We'll continue to effort to get to Timmy on here, so hang in there. The Huskers 18-12 in the season. The Spiders are 26-7. Amy says that obviously they're excited to be playing in the NCAA tournament.
This is a group that feels like we have not really maxed out yet. And so to have another opportunity to do that on this stage in the NCAA tournament just feels like kind of new life for this group. And we've had a great week just trying to keep getting better and crescendo to be playing our best basketball here tomorrow.
Obviously, a lot of people want to talk about Brent Prince and the outstanding year that she is having for Nebraska. She's hitting 50% of her field goal tries so far this year, 40% from three-point territory, and 90% from the free throw line.
Britt is a worker, so that's part of it. Is she just puts in the work. She's very diligent about knowing and understanding. Okay, where are my shots coming from, and then how can I practice those shots and be really good at them. But I think the biggest thing is that she's just done a great job of embracing kind of in year two our system and how if I rebound down and can get involved with our defensive rebounding, how that allows me to push with pace and create a little higher percentage shots for myself. And she's a student of the game. She really watches and observes and learns, but she's just a worker. And because of that, obviously she's very skilled to be that efficient. And, there's times where, she's just such an unselfish player. She makes everybody else better. There's times where maybe I'd say like, hey, we'll deal with a little less efficiency if you hunt your shot a little bit more. But honestly, the way she just involves everybody in our offense is, it's just been special, and it's allowed us to be, have the success that we have had.
And the coach also talked about Callan Hake, a senior on this basketball team who's obviously finishing out her career in the NCAA tournament.
Callan Hake has meant a lot to this program. She's just, it's pretty well documented the type of young lady she is, not just competitor, but obviously just being the president of our SAC and representing the Big Ten Conference in that capacity. She's just such an incredible mentor, and the loyalty that she's shown, staying in the program for 4 years, really being committed, growing from her freshman year through her senior year, and now to be, playing in another NCAA tournament, just really just so excited for her and the rest of the players on this team to have the opportunity.
Yeah, we're listening to Amy Williams getting ready to play Richmond tonight in the first four of the NCAA basketball tournament in Durham, North Carolina. The Richmond Spiders, the opponent tonight for the Huskers. Richmond 26-7 on the season, led by Maggie Dugan, who is averaging 21 points and 7.8 rebounds per game.
Well, I've watched a lot of film on Maggie because I happen to, serve on the Katrina McLean Award Committee. And so obviously she's been on, the top of my list with that, just being, somebody that's really one of the best forwards in our game. And so I have a lot of respect for what she's done throughout her career, but really watching her have just a special senior season. And she's that key player that just whenever they need a bucket, they can put the ball in her hands. She can score at all the levels. I mean, to do what she's done from behind the arc, but still to be able to just be so versatile with, pro post moves and off the dribble and just crafty, smart, high IQ, the way she directs her whole team on the defensive side of the ball. She's just a really special young lady, and we're excited to have the opportunity to go up against her, even though we know what a tall task that's going to be.
And the coach says that when watching Richmond, the Spiders remind her a lot of the Creighton Blue Jays.
Creighton runs some similar actions where it's staggered screen, flare screen, some of that, 5-out motion that puts their 5 players and their 4 players out in really good positions to get open looks from the 3-point line. But, I think they get such great 3-point attempts because of the paint touches that they get from Sweeney, and just, their guards can get in the paint and collapse and create, and they have forwards. Everybody is just so versatile on their roster. And so I think that is similar to what we see when we play Creighton every single year, with their ability to play out and really have everybody on their team such threats from behind the arc. And so that's something that we haven't seen a ton in the Big Ten Conference, even though there are a lot of teams that have great shooters. Just to have it up and down the roster the way that Richmond does is a unique challenge.
All right, that's Amy Williams, again, Nebraska. And Richmond playing tonight, one of those first 4 games of the women's basketball tournament down in Durham, North Carolina. 6 o'clock starting time tonight. You'll be able to see it on ESPN2. The Nebraska men playing tomorrow against Troy in the first round of the NCAA men's tournament down in Oklahoma City. Tip-off of that game will be at 11:40 on True TV. Mike Will, Tyson Urbanic with you. It's a Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. Getting to Nebraska baseball. They win last night over Wichita State 8-1. They will play again this afternoon at 2 down in Wichita. The Hastings College baseball team, they will play this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Contest you'll be able to hear here on Extreme Sports, beginning with the pregame show at 1:45 this afternoon. The Broncos playing Central Christian today in this midweek game, a team coming up here from Kansas. Broncos are 11-9 on the season. They dropped 3 of 4 games to Briar Cliff over the weekend. The Tigers are coming in here 12-13. First pitch is going to be at 2 this afternoon, and again we'll have the pregame at about 1:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports.
Not sure what's totally going down with the phone computer. We're still working on that. Hopefully going to be able to spend a few good minutes here with Coach Stroman by the end of the show. But IT guy, I will just say this, is working diligently. The computer that we are currently operating on is also handling my camera and phone, so I apologize if I'm wigging in and out of your visual cue here today. So,
well, that's why I was continuing to talk. I thought maybe you had your flapper down on your camera.
No,
I
didn't
know if you were going to get another cup of that coffee.
No rest for the wicked this morning. So, yeah, we are.
Yeah, did you make it through St. Patrick's Day all right?
I it's a Tuesday, man. I did it light. I had 2 beers and went home and watched the baseball game. You know, it was it sort of loses its luster being in the middle of the week. Like I said, we made good on our St. Patrick's Day on Saturday and had a great time. So you get older in life, and a lot of those holidays, those drinking holidays, New Year's Eve, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, that stuff's amateur hour, man. And if I was 21, if I was 21 again, God, way to self-indict myself there. If I was 21 again, that would be a blast. At 40, I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
Yeah, there was a few people out last night. But I'm with you. A Tuesday St. Patrick's Day is not the same as a Friday or a Saturday.
No, it really loses its luster, doesn't it?
One thing that kind of snuck in last night, the winningest girls basketball coach in Nebraska history is calling it quits for the second time. Russ Ninemeyer has officially retired now after 50 years of coaching. He kind of stepped away for a while after he made his run at Sandy Creek. Then he was hired at Douglas County West, where he's wrapping up his career. Well, last night he officially announced his retirement after 50 years of coaching. It's about time he steps into the retired world. Russ spent most of his career, of course, at Sandy Creek, winning 95 straight games and winning 10 state championships, including 6 in a row between 1996 and 2001. But Russ Ninemeyer officially retires for the last time, second time. Like we said, he spent the last couple of years.
Second time's the charm, right?
Yeah, he spent the last couple of years at Douglas County West after spending the time at Sandy Creek. But Russ is calling it quits after 50 years.
What a career! What a career! And what a guy!
Yeah, good guy.
Got the opportunity to follow him around for a couple of his state championship teams, and you know, just one of those guys you could talk hoops with, but also life with, and yeah, always enjoyed my visits with Russ.
All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson. Are we still efforting Tim or?
Tim is going to be punted till tomorrow while we are going to work on the phone lines internally throughout the day today. So expect Tim Stroman and the Chiefs Challenge for tomorrow's show. We'll just punt that and yeah, give him a start tomorrow.
He's going to be in a good mood today.
Oh yeah, he's not really.
If he's got to work on our computers,
he's not having a good day. It's a Monday of a Wednesday for him so far.
God. That really screws up my schedule here today. Well, I had this all booked out.
We're all set. Like, we burned through our stuff.
Well, Amy Williams, I had this slot for Tim Stroman today.
Just talk really slow for the rest of the hour. No, I'm kidding. Bracket wise, yeah, I've given the IT guy plenty of guff about the deadlines, but deadlines are what they are. Get them in, get them done. We'll go for that bracket challenge. I'm curious, since you apparently have not procrastinated and you're not waiting. Yours is in and ready.
No,
yours not in and ready.
No.
So you're calling me out on the show for not having mine done,
but
while yours is sitting completely incomplete.
I'm going to do it today.
Whining? I wasn't whining.
You were whining that you were going to wait till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I always wait till 10 o'clock on a Thursday.
And get all the available information.
You got to.
Picks.
I don't want to be on page 3 again. I'm not trying to half-ass this thing this year. I'm going to study a little bit.
Tim has already sent me a text. He says, are we giving a prize for anybody on page 3 this year?
Stop it. That was one time.
Your goal should be to maybe join us on page 1.
30 years of bracket challenges, 30-plus years of doing...
Have you ever won one?
Oh, yeah. I won the very first one I ever did, and I'm not kidding you. I was 3rd grade at the time.
3rd grade?
This was... So we're going to go way back. We're going to go back, way back. Tim Duncan at Wake Forest back. Like, that's how far back we're going. And I was in third grade, and my dad put me in because you could put multiple entries in for your work pool, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, but you couldn't, just have your name, but it was staff and family. So he's like, here, fill one of these out. And I did, and I really liked, at the time, Wake Forest and UMass and Duke. And at the early 90s, those were three really good schools to like. They had advanced, so I won my very first one in third grade. Then Coach Rosno did one, I want to say somewhere around junior high. I won Coach Rosno's bracket pool back in the day, sixth grade bracket pool. But it's been a while.
God, you were a stud back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a stud at predicting games as a high school and elementary kid. What happened?
I was really good at it, and we've kind of had a falling off.
Kinda.
The last couple of years. Again, I'm generally in the conversation at around Final Four time, and normally we kind of fizzle out around the Elite Eight, Final Four. I'm generally, though, in the conversation. Last year was a dud. And every now and then, you're going to take the ball on the hill, and you're just not going to have your best stuff. And last year wasn't my best stuff.
Your philosophy last year.
Well, I picked a lot of upsets.
You picked a lot of upsets early, and
way too many.
And it came back to beat you. My grandson, evidently, Riken, has a field trip today. They're going to the state capitol and take a tour of Memorial Stadium. Well, I guess on the way, on the bus, he's handing out brackets for the class.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's 10. He's 10.
He's running his own pool at the school
And he's
bus.
running his own pool for his class. He's handing out brackets for the kids to do while they take off for a field trip to Lincoln.
Oh, Willie, he is going to be just like you.
I'm waiting for some of those brackets to come in. I might want to copy them. Might want to copy some of those kids' brackets. That's neat.
That's awesome.
Anyway, again, we'll try to get Tim Stroman on tomorrow. They're efforting to try to get our phone lines back up and working.
Poor IT guy. I do not want to be him today.
Why isn't our phone lines working?
It's randomly failed. Like I'm kind of monitoring as just watching what he's doing because
What's wrong with our phone lines?
I'm inspired by it.
How are we going to talk to?
It needs an update, and the update failed.
Tim Stroman, and we got to talk with Jim Sliker on Friday. We need our phone lines.
Do you trust the IT guy? He'll figure it out.
You ever try to run a sports talk radio program without phone lines?
Well, 4 days out of the week, we do a pretty good job of it.
All right, 7:52. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We will start with election news this morning, where Nebraska Secretary of State Bob Evnen has removed Democrat U.S. Senate candidate Sidney Burbank from the primary election ballot. Evnen determined that Burbank intended to support independent candidate Dan Osborne in the general election, which he said violated state election rules. Burbank now challenging the decision in court, arguing that state law does not prohibit her actions and that her actions infringes upon her rights. Now, this particular instance just adds another twist in the long tail to this already unusual 2026 Senate race. As on the other side of the coin, state Democratic officials said that Burbank's candidacy was an answer to what they believe is a GOP-planted candidate to help Ricketts. That's Democrat William Forbes, an anti-abortion pastor whom Burbank said would be loyal to Ricketts in the general election. Meanwhile, some common sense did prevail at the Capitol yesterday as Nebraska lawmakers rejected a proposal that would have given a pay raise for the governor and other state top officials by roughly 13 to 29%. The measure fell short of the votes needed to advance, with several senators citing the state's ongoing budget shortfall as a key concern. It is a key concern. Nebraska currently navigating a budget deficit of $646 million. The proposal marks the first potential salary adjustment for constitutional officers in about 2 decades. Meanwhile, the first concert announcement was made yesterday by the Nebraska State Fair. Get excited. Christian artists Phil Wickham and Jamie McDonald will perform on Sunday, August 30th in the Heartland Event Center. Concert part of the ongoing Nebraska Lottery Concert Series. The entire lineup will be unveiled in a series of announcements via social media up until April 14th. So stay tuned, as they say. 7:54, we'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, the Hastings College baseball team will play Central Christian of Kansas today. Out at Duncan Field, the Broncos 11-9 in the season after dropping 3 of 4 games to Briar Cliff over the weekend. The Tigers are 12-13. First pitch going to be at 2 today. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame at 1:45 this afternoon. Hastings College women's basketball team will play St. Francis of Indiana tomorrow in the round of 16 at the NAIA tournament in Sioux City. The Broncos are 24-8 on the season. The Cougars are 29-4. St. Francis finished second in the Crossroads Conference this year and lost to Marion of Indiana in the finals of the conference tournament. They're led by Callie Gregory, who is averaging 16.6 points per game. Tip-off tomorrow night at the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, scheduled for 8 o'clock. It's the last game of the session, the last game of the the games that they're going to be playing, so it could be a little bit later than 8, but it's scheduled for 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Pregame show will be at 7:45 here on Extreme Sports. As we mentioned, the winningest girls basketball coach in Nebraska history is calling it quits. Russ Ninemeyer has officially retired after 50 years of coaching. Ninemeyer spent most of his career at Sandy Creek, winning 95 straight games and winning 10 state championships, including 6 straight between 1996 and 2001. He spent the last couple of years at Douglas County West. And in the play-in games of the NCAA tournament last night, Texas beat North Carolina State 68-66, and Howard defeated the University of Maryland Baltimore County 86-83. Tonight, SMU will play Miami of Ohio, and Lehigh will take on Prairie View. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:56 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Warmer conditions begin today as we warm all the way into the upper 70s with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine will continue all the way through the week. Today, not much wind, westerly winds 10 to 15 with gusts to 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, mostly clear, a low of 43, 80, and sunny on Thursday, 47 Thursday night, and Friday, a high of 83. Heading into the weekend, we'll have upper 80s, almost 90 degrees, but then a cold front will knock us back on Sunday.
As you wake up, get going this morning. Northwest winds at 8. We've got partly cloudy skies. It's 42 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they are free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way, American Family Insurance. Give Matthew a call at 308-389-9124 or stop in at 204 North Walnut Street in Grand Island.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will and Tyson and Bronick with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Wednesday. Again, baseball coming up today beginning at 2. First pitch from Duncan, Hastings, and Central Christian today on there with a pregame show, 1:45 this afternoon. So join us for college baseball today. We'll have basketball tomorrow night with Hastings College and St. Francis of Indiana from Sioux City. Friday, we'll have baseball action. The Broncos back in conference action on Friday against Dakota Wesleyan. That doubleheader gets underway at noon on Friday. And if the Hastings College women's basketball team wins on Thursday night, they'll play again on Saturday afternoon up in Sioux City. And that game will go at 3. So hopefully the Broncos will win tomorrow night, and we'll have basketball action on Saturday as we continue on in the NAIA National Tournament. So that's the broadcast plans for the week here on Extreme Sports. Again, tomorrow on the show today, we'll try to get to a Tim Stroman talk Adams Central baseball tomorrow. Plus, we're going to have our Blazing Five, a special edition of the Blazing Five for the NCAA basketball tournament. It's the Chiefs Challenge. Mm-hmm. We're going to come up with 5 upsets. Tyson and I will come up with 5 upsets in the first round of the NCAA basketball tournament. That will be our Blazing Five tomorrow. You can join us. Come up with 5 upsets tomorrow on our Blazing Five.
There you go.
You'll be able to leave those on our social media sites as we unveil our Chiefs picks, our upsets in the first round. God, we can't come up with 5.
I'm just excited to see who Chief throws out there for his 5 upset picks. I know who my 5 are. I've already pretty much got them locked in. We'll make a final determination after Miami, Ohio tonight. Then I'll probably have to stay up until about midnight to fill out my bracket to get it in by the early morning deadline.
I don't know why you're procrastinating.
I'm not procrastinating. I'm waiting on a result. I won an eye test.
What difference does it make?
It makes all the difference in the world. If I put my eye test on Miami, Ohio, and they play like poo,
they're not going to win if they play like poo. No, they're going to get beat by SMU, and then it don't make any difference.
I think it makes all the difference.
You're not going to advance Miami of Ohio past the opening round.
You don't know that.
They win tonight. You have dogged them for the last 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
There's no way that you're going to pick them into the second round of your bracket.
Well, now I might do it just to spite you.
Well, if you want to finish on page 3, go ahead. Yeah, that's an easy way to page 3.
Oh, get out of here.
That's an easy way of page 3. I suppose in addition to our Blazing Five picks tomorrow, we better unveil our first-round winners tomorrow.
We should probably do brackets. That. Probably do that.
Yeah, so we better have our 5 upsets, and then we'll give you the first-round winners that we have on our brackets.
So I think I only went with 5 upsets so far. As the bracket currently sits on my desk, I only have 5 upsets because I felt like last year I went a little overboard, and last year we got sunk. And so I figured if we're doing 5 upsets for the Chief Challenge, I might as well stick to my word and just push these 5 through.
That'd probably be a good first step.
But I don't know which
5.
So here's the thing. And I'll be honest. I know we're running long, which is wild because we had a little bumpy show today. My 5, one of them is going to consist of one of those play-in winners. And here's exactly where I stand. If Miami, Ohio wins tonight, I will push them through because I have a disdain for Texas. If Miami, Ohio loses, I'm going to go the other direction. And I'm going to go burnt orange and have to go horns down. That is how my bracket currently sits.
All right.
But I have to do my eye test tonight, to see if that's actually how I want to go. So that's why I'm waiting.
All right, I guess that's reasonable.
Thank you.
Anyway, we'll have all that stuff coming up for you tomorrow on the show. If you'd like to listen to this show again today, you can just download the podcast on any one of our social media sites. Download the podcast and listen to the show again today. Obviously, a lot of talk tomorrow about Nebraska and the fans heading down to Oklahoma City. Huskers taking on Troy tomorrow at 11:40. So obviously a lot of talk about that tomorrow on the show. So join us again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Huddle up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.